It is indeed a great honor to be present here today at AIU East Zone Vice Chancellors Meet 25-26. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the Association of Indian Universities, an organization known for its dedicated service to the academic community, for organizing this meet on the theme of promoting sustainability and social responsibility in higher education institutions, which has been hosted by Aryabhat Knowledge University. It can be recalled with pride, and somebody has already mentioned it, that Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, Dr. Zakir Hussain, and Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, and many other luminaries are among some of the stalwarts who have served this organization as its presidents. I must also take this opportunity to congratulate the Aryabhat Knowledge University for hosting this prestigious meet, and I must say that this university has a special responsibility because it is named after Aryabhat, and the name includes Aryabhat Gyan Vishwavidyalaya. So when we say Gyan, it brings to memory all the things which are associated with Bharatiya Gyan Parampara. It has been said that we are living in a fast-changing world where we often see the learned beautifully equipped with conventional knowledge to deal with a world which does not exist anymore. In this world, it is the innovators, people with new ideas, those who are ready to push boundaries. It is they who embrace success. Therefore, we need to think intensively, we need to think critically and apply the knowledge and skills that we have acquired to deal successfully with the problems that we are facing and the problems it is also our duty to anticipate what problems we are going to face, and we have to prepare ourselves. We have to be ready to face those problems. Self-improvement is the beginning of all improvement and purpose of all education. The purpose of education is to free us from all prejudices and presuppositions. Our Rural Development Minister mentioned about Sa Vidyaya Vimuktaye, which means, in fact, if you read it with the other statement, wherein it has been said about education, tad dittiye janma. If you read them together, then we realize that the purpose of education is to make us different from what we were on the day we entered into an educational institution, particularly in a university. when we come to the university, then certain biases and prejudices which we have inherited from our surroundings, our family. The aim of the university is to liberate us from those biases. The child is born, the child recognizes only mother. You must have seen some of the clips of the YouTube where a child in the lap of his mother, when father tries to come close to the mother, the child does not accept it, repels him. Why? Because at that point of time, the sensitivities of the child, the feelings of the child are confined to mother alone. The child recognizes mother alone. Later, that circle of sensitivity and compassion starts increasing. It includes father, it includes family, it includes extended family. But when the child comes to the university, how the university's job is not only to transmit information and skill. The university's job, basic job, is to make him a different person. Different person in the sense that now that circle of sensitivity and compassion must widen, it must grow. And I'm saying this thing particularly because we must try to understand that Gyan is not just ordinary education. Gyan has different connotations, which I'm going to tell you. The purpose of the Gyan is that by breaking these biases and prejudices, we start, ayam nich paroveti garna laghu cheta sam udar charita nam tu vasudev kutumka. When we start treating everybody as our own family, as extension of our own selves. Dr. Radhakrishnan, in one of his lectures, has expounded this theme beautifully. He says that the purpose of all education is to become enlightened, ज्ञानोदय. और जब ज्ञान का उदय होता है तो फिर उसका जो what is the natural logical conclusion of the enlightenment, ज्ञान उदय होने से हमारे मानस में क्या परिवर्तन आता है. जिस तरह the way I care for my own self, my own family, once there is enlightenment, there is jnanodaya, then to me everybody becomes extension of my own self, my own family, and the result will be that the way I serve myself, I will start serving everybody else. तो उसका जो उससे जो लॉजिकल कंक्लूजन है वो है कि ज्ञान का उदय होने के साथ सेवा का भाव स्वाभाविक रूप से इंसान के अंदर आता. मैं मानता हूँ हमारी ज्ञान परंपरा नहीं बल्कि हमारी संस्कृति के ये मुख्य बिंदु हैं. दीज आर द मेन पॉइंट्स. Liberate yourself from the prejudices, biases which you have inherited. Become enlightened. Start considering everybody as extension of your own self. And then you will have no option. but to have feelings, to have compassion for everybody else. और इसको इतना सुंदर अंदाज से कहा है। भगवान कृष्ण tells Arjun in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he is talking about what is the purpose of the jnana. He says, yaj gyatva na punamoham evam yasyasi pandava yena bhutani asheshena dirakshiyasi atmani athomai. Once you receive this jnana, this knowledge, then you will never become victim of any delusion. Yena bhutani, every being, asheshena, without exception, हर किसी के लिए तुम्हारे दिल में ये भावना आ जाएगी, दिरक्षीयसी आत्मनि, तुम उसे देखने लगोगे कि वो तुम्हारी ही अपनी आत्मा का विस्तार है। क्योंकि हमारी संस्कृति तो ये मानती है कि ये शरीर तो क्षण है, पर इसके अंदर ये तो हर क्षण विनाश के रास्ते पे। लेकिन इस शरीर के अंदर एक चीज है, हम सब के दो व्यक्तित्व हैं। एक व्यक्तित्व किसी का नहीं है हमारी संस्कृति के अनुसार। दुओ इमो पुरुषो लोके क्षरश्चाक्षरा एवाचा क्षरा सर्वाणी भूतानि कूटस्था अक्षरा उच्यते। हम सब के दो व्यक्तित्व या दो हिस्से हैं हर व्यक्तित्व। एक वो है जो क्षर है और वो सबका है, ये शरीर क्षर है। लेकिन एक और चीज है हमारे अंदर जिसको कूटस्था मतलब वो कभी वो उसका विनाश नहीं होता। न जायते विरियते व कदाचित नायम भूतवा भविता वा न भूया अजो नित्या शाश्वतोयम पुरानो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे। उसके ऊपर कुछ असर ही नहीं पड़ता है। वो दो हैं। तो ये जब एक बार हमारी समझ में आ गया, वंस वी हैव रियलाइज्ड दिस फैक्ट ऑफ लाइफ एज ए रिजल्ट ऑफ नॉलेज, ज्ञान का जब उदय होता है, जब एक बार ये बात हमारी समझ में आ गई, अब हम क्या करेंगे? अब हमारे जीवन का दृष्टिकोण बदल जाएगा। होल एटीट्यूड टू लाइफ विल अंडरगो अ रेडिकल चेंज। और उसको दिस इज हाउ ब्यूटिफुली भगवान कृष्ण हैज अगेन एक्सप्लेन टू अर्जुन। सक्ता कर्मणि अविद्वांसा यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्यात विद्वान तथा सक्ता चिकीर्षु लोका संगम। Each one of us, even animals and plants, we are busy all the time in the struggle to sustain ourselves. ये स्ट्राइविंग है। हम पूरी मेहनत खून पसीना एक करते हैं अपने लिए, अपने परिवार के लिए, हमारे आत्मियों के लिए। प्रेरणा क्या होती है कि हम अपने जीवन को बेहतर बना सकें। भगवान कृष्ण कहते हैं कि ज्ञान उदय होने के बाद जो ज्ञानी व्यक्ति है वो भी उतनी ही मेहनत करता है, वो भी खून पसीना एक करता है, लेकिन उसकी प्रेरणा कहाँ से आती है? उसकी प्रेरणा स्वार्थ से नहीं आती, उसकी प्रेरणा आती है लोका संगरहम, चिकीर्षु, डिजायरिंग लोका संगरहम, वेलफेयर ऑफ द मैनकाइंड, वेलफेयर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, वेलफेयर ऑफ ऑल बीइंग्स। ये हमारे यहाँ हमारी जो ज्ञान परंपरा है उसका उद्देश्य ये है। और इसीलिए that is why we believe that any satisfactory system of education should aim at balanced growth of the individual and insist on both knowledge and wisdom. एक हमने शिक्षा प्राप्त की, एक ज्ञान है, एक प्रज्ञा. So it should be balanced development of both knowledge and wisdom, ज्ञान और प्रज्ञा. और इसीलिए हमारे यहाँ कहा गया है ज्ञानम विज्ञानम सहितम. Many people are misled because so much propaganda has been made that Indian culture only highlights the things which do not belong to this world. हमें मोक्ष की ज़्यादा चिंता है. We feel more concerned about the life in the hereafter. That is not correct. In fact, what Indian culture says is Sarva Shastra Priyojanam Atma Jnanam. Whether you are studying philosophy, you are studying history, you are studying humanities, or you are studying physics, chemistry, the subjects which come in the discipline of science. If we really try to look at the basic of all these disciplines of knowledge, they ultimately lead to self-realization. Atma Bodh, know thyself. Atma Nam Vidhi, try to know yourself. Try to know yourself means once you know yourself, then I'm giving you not my view, I'm giving you the Indian cultural view, that once you know yourself, then you will realize that you are not living in isolation from others. We are all spiritually linked. Our bodies may be different, but the Supreme Paramatma in the form of Atma lives in every one of us, in our hearts, and that in our culture is called Antar Jyoti, the light within. The job of the university, the job of the teachers is, as Swami Vivekananda has said and one of the previous speakers has quoted, the job of the teacher is to help the students to manifest that perfection in the form of Antar Jyoti that exists in everybody. And our tradition has gone to the extent of telling us, Esha Devo Vishwakarma Mahatma Sada Jananam Hirdaye Sannivishta. Hirda Manisha Manasa Abhik Lirapto Ya Etad Vidu Te Amrita Bhavant. That divine character, divine potential of human being, because the Supreme lives in the heart of everybody. वो एक है और वो हर किसी के हृदय में रहता है. और हम इसको अपने heart, we can understand it, we can realize it through our heart, through our mind, through our intelligence. And those who have realized it, te amrita bhavanti. They are ultimately liberated from human condition. Elsewhere, it warns us, manasa eva idam aptavem neha nana asti kinchana. This whole is full of, every individual is different from the other. This diversity at the local level, at the larger level, is to be accepted and respected. But our tradition tells us, have all respect, accept it, but do not stop here. These two eyes, physical eyes which nature has given us, we can only see the differences, the diversity. But our culture says that this is only in appearance. And you should not stop here. Your physical eyes are not capable of looking at the invisible bond of spirituality which binds us together. Therefore, with the help of education, try to develop Gyan Chakshu. It is the third eye which alone can see that spiritual bond which binds us together. That bond which comes as a result of the same Supreme living in the hearts of every one of us. Therefore, it warns us that don't commit the blunder of coming to the conclusion that these differences are real. Something which is undergoing change is not real. Something which does not change is real. This body is undergoing change. Atma does not undergo change. The reality is Atma, वास्तविकता आत्मा है, और ये जो हमें विभिन्नता नजर आती है ये आभासी. It is only, it appears. So, one of the Upanishad warns us. It says, Manasa eva idam apta vyam neha nana asti kinchan. Mirtyo sa mirtyum gacchati ya iha naneva pashyati. Through your intelligence, your manas, you can understand, you can realize, not through these physical eyes, only through the third eye which comes as a result of Jnana Arjana. Then you can realize that actually there is no diversity. Actually there are no differences. But those who consider these apparent differences as real, they will keep traveling from one life to another life, and they will have no chance to be liberated from human condition. That is what the moksha is considered in Indian ethos as the ultimate ideal. But moksha will escape them. Those who consider the apparent differences as real, they are not real. So, this is what Swami Vivekananda used to say with great emphasis. India has a message to give to the world. All other cultures in the world have been defined by supreme masses. I am of white color, therefore I am supreme. I speak this language, therefore I am supreme to others. The way I give expression to my devotion, that is only right, and others are going to be condemned to hell. Education liberates us from that supremacy. And Swami Vivekananda, that this is what the purpose of, as it has purpose of education as described by our culture. And Swami Vivekananda used to say, India has to give a message to the world. India has a message to give. But unfortunately, and I feel ashamed, that we as a people have failed to deliver that message. And to that extent, we are responsible for whatever happening, all the hate, all the tension, all the wars, all the bloodshed that you see in the world will come to an end once we realize that we belong to each other, we are not different from each other, we are not to be alienated from each other. And I am sure that our universities will keep this Indian perspective in their mind, particularly our teachers. Finally, I would again congratulate the All India University Association and the Aryabhat University. Thank you very much for organizing this meet here in Patna. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind.